Do you know how to change your oil? Well, we are about to teach you.
You have to change the oil because it lubricates the engine and takes away the impurities. If you don't change the oil, the engine sludges and it will reduce the life. You might want to change the oil yourself because it is cheaper to do it yourself, and it takes less time because you don't have to wait around for a professional. Here are all the tools we're going to need. Emma's going to show you them one by one now.
This is a jack to lift up the car. This is a catch pan to get all of the draining oil. This is a funnel to put the oil in the car more clean. These are cleaning rags to get rid of the residue oil. These are box end wrenches to unscrew the caps of all the oil compartments. This is new oil, and you should know what this one is already. When you finish pouring the oil in, this container becomes the disposable pan. This is a jack stand to keep the car in place. This is an oil filter to trap all of the impurities from the oil. This is the oil filter wrench. It removes and tightens the oil filter. These are glasses to keep the oil from getting in your eyes. And these are clothes you can get dirty.
Here are some safety procedures. Wear safety glasses and gloves because you don't want to get oil in your eyes, and you want to have your hands be clean. You want to have this car supported by more than a jack just in case the jack fails. You want to have the car on a level surface so that the oil drains evenly, and you want to let the car cool so that the oil is not hot, and you want to throw away the oil properly because it can be recycled. To start this process, you want to open the hood.
So you just pull it up, and this hood stays up by itself. The next thing you need to do is take off the oil cap because it lets air into the system and pushes out the oil. In older cars, such as this 57 T-Bird, it will look like this. It has a ventilation in here, but in newer cars, it'll just be.
You want to make sure that the jack is placed underneath the frame of the car for best support.
Before you start jacking up, you need to make sure the jack is tightened all the way by twisting it to the right.
Christina just went under the car with a catch fan and a 1 1/8 wrench to loosen the bolt and drain the oil. Let's watch. This is the oil draining.
I dropped the wrench.
She is cleaning the oil off of her gloves.
Christina's taking out the jack stand and going to lower the car so the oil will drain. We have to leave the jack here so we can jack it back up later and get the oil. It's done draining now, we think. There. Yep. It's done draining.
Oil is now done draining, so we're going to jack the car back up and remove the pan.
That off.
Get the plug.
She is tightening the bolt. We are moving the drip pan under the oil filter so that we can remove the oil filter. She is using the oil filter wrench to remove the old oil filter. Christina is now removing the oil filter. Or at least attempting to. Look at her go.
And drop the oil filter right down into the pan.
And success. Christina is now dipping her finger into the dirty oil to lubricate that rubber ring around the new oil filter.
Is that good?
Now Christina is going to put in the new oil filter. Let's watch. She starts out twisting it by hand, and then later she will use the filter wrench. Woo.
Filter wrench.
There you go. Christina is removing the oil pan and the old filter. Go.
Okay, now she's taking out the jack stand, and we're gonna put the jack down.
We are now inserting the funnel, and we're going to put in some new oil. Now most new cars don't need the whole container of oil, but because this car is a bit older, it requires this entire container of oil. You want to check the owner's manual to see how much oil you're going to need for each change. I'm now going to remove the funnel, make sure it doesn't drip, and put the cap back on. Okay, Mason is now going to check the oil. Explain how you're going to do this, Mason.
So I'm going to pull this all the way out and wipe it off with this rag,
And what is that, Mason?
the dipstick.
There you go.
And then you see these markings?
Oh, I see them.
So I have to put it all the way in and all the way to the bottom. And when it comes back up, see where the oil level is. It's at full. So it's full now.
Good job. To make sure that the oil is full, you want to run the car for about 10 minutes and then check the dipstick once again. Then, if there is not enough oil, add more as needed.
I've now put the old oil in this container and we are properly going to recycle it.
Throwing away the trash because we don't like litter. Look at her go. All right. Now we're going to close the hood.
Try to.
And that is how you change your oil.